was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I lived in Lagos until 2 months after my 14th birthday in 1998. I've been in the US ever since. The death of 2 grandmothers and a few relatives later, I begin my journey back home. It's been 10 years. In some ways, I believe I've been looking forward to this trip even before I left. This is my homecoming.
Football is everywhere, and God is everywhere else. Blackness everywhere. Blackness drives Toyotas and Kias. Blackness sits by the road and discusses the expenses. Blackness sells from market stalls, wearing African patterns on their black bodies. Beautiful blackness buys clothes modeled by white mannequins. And so they manage a lifestyle of managing to get by in a government that continues to fail. In 1998, there was a goal set to improve infrastructure to modern levels by 2010. This has now been moved to 2020. We almost all have electric generators because a few hours of electric energy is considered a blessing. We bore holes in our backyards because we cannot be sure of how frequently we will get water in a day. We get SUVs to drive broken roads. They're potholed every 5 feet and flooded at every rainstorm. We dangerously keep drums of diesel and petrol in our houses because a scarcity or a strike may occur on any given day. We add security guards to raise and barbed wire our fences to prevent thieves. And beggars? I learned to ignore a cripple pleading for money in traffic. I learned to bargain at the market. Not only did Yoruba come back to me, I dreamed in Yoruba by day 3. I may have left Lagos, but Lagos never left me.
Thankfully, I could keep up with fast pace when my uncle let me borrow one of his 6 cell phones to save one of my cousin's 5 cell phone numbers. Many people have one for each network since they are not so reliable. Madness to everyone else, but controlled madness to us. Those who cannot afford and those who can be divided with a thick black line. Some of the suffering has been so ingrained in their minds of the individual who cannot see hope. The world is meant to be filled with disappointment, and the lives of people with simple amenities is madness. The other group of poor don't have hope in the system, and some find their ways to other countries that don't promise them riches, but at least have an opportunity to offer, risking life. Those who can't afford commit the greatest sin of all. They often sit back and watch evil men ruin the lives of millions. They curb what they lack by buying to promote the illusion of comfort, dealing with the stress of pretending to make it all work, despite the government's inability to do so. On my trip, I see things have not changed, but they appear to be changing. The paper does not report the death of commuters as a result of bad roads, the killings of families as a result of overzealous candles and fumes from generators, the disease, the death of a half-brother that fell to his death in a dilapidated building, the number of deaths of people with typhoid drinking from water supplies. And so no one sees a connection between these deaths and the government. We have not yet seen the urgency. Instead we pray. And this is a country is the 5th highest that produces crude oil. Black gold. So many times I've heard, what can we do? We must pray. Prayers are everywhere.
God is everywhere, but we know prayer without action is nothing. I was told that by those who appear to have forgotten that God helps those who help themselves.
My prayer is not for divine intervention. My prayer is that we act on what needs to be done and be guided divinely. Perhaps home will not be so bittersweet for generations to come. And the highlight of home may not just be seeing long-lost relatives, but appreciating the land's beauty and intellect.